For a few years, Dutchman Benito van der Pas was seen as dart's next big thing, and after a stellar 2016 season, he won the PDC's Young Player of the Year award. But it was during that season that he was involved in a shocking cheating scandal which tarnished his reputation among many engaged darts fans, leading him to be given the negative nickname which even MVG once called him. Hello and welcome back to the Darts World channel. Today we're going to take a look at the full story of Benito's tainted but brilliant season and the shocking downfall which followed. Benito reached his first PDC Pro Tour final at the Eurotour's International Darts Open in 2015, where in the last 16 he managed to beat MVG, who at that point was at the peak of his powers and had been on a 21-game Eurotour winning run which saw him win the first 4 titles of the season, 6-4. However, in the final, he failed to perform to a similar level, averaging just 81 in a 6-3 loss to Michael Smith. He reached his second Pro Tour final later on in the year at Players Championship 19, where he only dropped 13 legs across his 6 games en route. But in the final, he lost 6-5 to Peter Wright in a game where every leg went with throw. Benito still said he'd been happy with the day and wasn't too angry at the final, as Peter had averaged 108, but was slightly frustrated after missing a match dart at the ball in the deciding leg. But he didn't have to wait too long for another chance for his first title, as just 4 Players Championship events later, at the third event of 2016, he reached another final, but this time was beaten 6-3 by MVG, who averaged 111 to Benito's 99. Following the match, on the way back to their hotel, Michael shared a funny photo of him making fun of Benito. But then on the very next day, both Dutchmen managed to reach the final again, and this time it was Benito who came out on top, winning in a deciding leg to pick up his first PDC title. Both men had averaged over 110 in a very high quality final. In a tweet, he sounded very relieved after 3 previous final losses in a row and thanked his friends, family and sponsors. And he then didn't have to wait too long for a second title, as just over a month later, he managed to win Players Championship 9 after a stunning whitewash win over Joe Cullen in the final. Benito had averaged 111 and won every leg against Joe, who averaged over a ton himself. He reached yet another final in August of that year, but was beaten 6-4 by Ian White. His great run of form meant that by the time September's deadline for World Grand Prix qualification came around, he was the top qualifier from the Pro Tour Order of Merit, securing a spot at the Double-In event for the second year in a row. Back then, the event took place at the City West Hotel in Dublin, and 2 days before it began, the venue hosted 2 Players Championship events, and Benito entered both of them. On day 1, he began with a comfortable 6-1 win over Mark Frost. Back then, we were in the early era of the Players Championships being streamed, and Benito was chosen to play on the streaming board in his second round game against former major champion and world finalist Kevin Painter. Kevin managed to go 5-4 up in the best of 11 game, with Benito then having the throw to either force a decider or end up losing. He was the first to finish and got a shot at 81. He managed to hit treble 19 to leave double 12, which he came inside of, leaving double 6. He then clearly hit double 13 in the top corner, meaning he should have bossed his score. But the referee awarded Benito the leg, and he picked his dart out of the board without saying anything. Even the commentator was confused.
Hey? Well, I think we had a scoreboard error there, so ignore everything I've just said there. We'll pick the bones out of that later, because we are in a deciding leg.
Benito had either cheated, or very unlikely didn't see or realise. He did go on to lose the deciding leg, meaning that Kevin won the game 6-5, but it still looked very bad. A clip of the incident quickly went viral within the darts community, and Benito began to get a lot of hate. Kevin stated that he hadn't noticed the error whilst playing, even though he had looked confused, but that was just down to the fact he was checking his own score. Benito released no apology immediately, and played in the tournament on the following day, and managed to win a deciding leg against fellow Dutchman Dirk van Duijvenbode in round 1, before going out to Steve West in round 3. He then played in the World Grand Prix first round on the following night, and still hadn't released anything, with angry fans joking that he was going to start the double-in legs on double 13. Despite the drama, Benito managed to beat Gerwyn Price 2-0, with the Welshman averaging just 72. Angry fans commented on the winning post, calling him Cheeto, a nickname that followed him around for a while. MVG even used it to call James Wade a cheat in a challenge clip a few years later.
Oh, it's not him. It's cheat over the bus, get out. Come on, Cheeto.
Later on in the night, Benito finally released a statement, tweeting the following: "I've had a lot of messages about my game with Kevin on Friday. I thought double six was in. I've seen the picture since, and it wasn't. I'm sorry to Kevin and the marker. Kevin deserved to win the game. Now I hope to concentrate on the World Grand Prix. It's been a hard day." After a day off, he then managed to beat Terry Jenkins 3-1. He then lost to Raymond van Barneveld in the quarter-finals. Then, just a few weeks later, he managed to win his third Players' Championship event at the final PC event of the year, beating Dave Chisnell in the final, 6-1. This saw him finish the year second on the Players' Championship Order of Merit, only behind MVG, who at that point was at the peak of his powers. After the Players' Championship and World Championship, he finished the year ranked 15th in the world, a great position within the top 16. His 2017 season in the majors was similar, and he managed to reach a quarter-final at the World Grand Prix again, but on the Players' Championship Tour, he failed to pick up a single title and didn't even make a semi-final. However, on the Euro Tour, he managed to reach the final of the German Darts Open, where he missed a match start at double 7 for the title, before Peter Wright took out 1-2-1 on the ball to break Benito's heart. That game still holds the record for the biggest difference in a Euro Tour final between the winner and the runner-up, when the runner-up had a higher average, at 12.97. Benito had averaged a stunning 110.46 and lost to Wright, who averaged 97.49. That's just crazy. Despite the loss though, his position on the Order of Merit increased to 14th by the end of the year. But things then began to go downhill, and in 2018, 19 and 20, he only qualified for the World Championship and UK Open, only making another ranked major, the Players' Championship Finals, in 2018. In that year, he also appeared in the Masters, where during his first round loss 10-4 against Gary Anderson, he was shockingly hit by a coin thrown by a member of the crowd. He also failed to make it to a Players' Championship quarter-final, meaning that he finished the 2020 season ranked 70th in the world, losing his tour card. He did, however, get the opportunity to play in 4 Players' Championship events in 2021 as a call-up from the Challenge Tour, where his best result was the third round, beating Darius Stadlanauskas and Zoran Lerchvacker before losing to Krzysztof Kachuk. He then attended Q School a few times, but never picked up a card, most recently in 2023, where he averaged 88 and only managed to pick up 3 points. He then played in 9 Challenge Tour events that year and only averaged 85. He failed to make it past the last 32 of any of those events, and hasn't played in the PDC since. Now, I want to hear your thoughts on Benito's cheating incident and career as a whole, so let me know in the comment section down below, and if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to subscribe, as it really helps the channel out, and currently, just 15% of my viewers are. You can also hit the bell icon if you want to be notified whenever I upload a brand new darts video. Please also leave a like if you learned something new in this video, and comment down below if you have any video ideas you want to see on the channel. Thanks for watching.